Women have always been a source of inspiration and have governed the world wherever they have entered, be it the world of fashion, music, singing, beauty, name it, and a woman is the achiever. We are once again going to let you meet one of the industry's very prominent playback singers and also a devotional singer, Mrs. Anuradha Paudwal. So Anuradha ji, welcome to the program, Fragrances in Focus. So Anuradha ji, we'd like to hear from you now a little of your career right from the start, as you initiated, how you grew into this, because we very well know that you were not actually a trained singer, but you did it right from your college days. So how did you initiate and how did you move forward, Anuradha ji?
Let me first say that it's an honor to be on your show, Aarti.
Thank you so much.
I started my career from Abhiman. It's true that I hadn't really trained to be a playback singer because the family background that I came from was more towards education. My father was very strict about this. It was only after I got married to Arunji in 72 that Barvanda happened to hear me and he called me to sing the shlok in Abhiman. After which immediately, say I think about the third day or so, Kalyanji Anandji, they called me and I sang a song for Subhash Ghai's film Kali Charan.
Yes, I think that was your first.
Yes. Then it was Lakshmikant Pyarelal. I went to sing for them in Aap Beeti, then Janeman, and a lot of other songs. Then Usha Khanna ji and Jaydev ji, Bappida, R.D. Burman.
So there was no looking back,
Yes.
basically.
Yes.
So within that time frame, Anuradha ji, can you tell us one song which you really cherished singing during that time? One song which is maybe your favorite tune which you used to hum around after it was over, and what was your experience when you went for that magnificent playback singing of yours?
All of the songs were very nice. I was very lucky in that way because all the songs that I got were very melodious and very lilting. So it was always a pleasure, and I always looked forward and I still look forward to any recording that I go to because every song is a new song. So that way, and I immediately, what comes to my mind is Jaydeji's song from Duriya.
We all know, nowadays we hear so much of your devotional numbers in the
Yes.
market, and why this sudden break from the playback singing into devotional songs?
Oh, it's a very long story or a very long journey, I would say. Almost 12, 13 years I was into out and out film singing. And then after that, in I would say 84 or 85, I joined T-Series. Even a little later, I think, not even 84. 84 came up with Hero, Tu Mera Janu Hai. And then around 88, I joined T-Series. And they were a lot into devotionals. They did come up with a few numbers. I joined T-Series with Durga Saptashati and then a few numbers in Marathi which were like the Manatse Shlok, which is very, very popular. And then I did a lot of Tulsi bhajans, then Dattatreya ke kuch bhajans hue. So even though I was singing for films like Ashiki, Dile ke Mantane, Lal Dupatta, Meera Ka Mohan, along with these songs I was also doing the devotionals.
So it was running parallelly for you, both the things. So Anuradha ji, like from your playback singing, which music director you've really enjoyed working with? Any favorites of yours?
Every music director has his own typical style, and all the music directors have given something which is really phenomenal.
Okay.
It's very difficult to say, but I was extremely fortunate to get a chance to work quite a lot with Lakshmikant Pyarelal ji. And it was always a pleasure working with them because you got to learn a lot from them, especially the throw that is required in film singing or the expressions, the way it should be enacted. That's what I got to learn from them. They were seniors and every song was like a big class. Not only for me, but I think for all the musicians also. And then of course we had Anand Milan, Anu Malik. There were two songs that I sang for Jagjit ji also.
Okay.
The name of the film was Prem Geet. And then there was one song which I sang for Pankaj ji.
Wow.
And it was a different experience. Then I've sung for Anup Jalota ji also. So it's nice and it's fun when you are, when the music director is a singer himself.
So you did ghazals with them?
Not really ghazals, but when they did films,
Haan ji.
maybe one or two films, I
Okay.
did sing for them. Also, after that, then I sang for Nadeem Shravan
Yes.
and Sanjeev Darshan. Then A.R. Rahman, singing with him was also a wonderful experience. It was a totally different way working with him
Okay.
because generally he never records the tracks. He just gives you the click track and then you're supposed to sing on that, and then he fills up the gaps.
All right.
You know,
Okay.
so you really don't have much to fall back upon when you're singing for him by way of music.
All right.
You know, so it was a, you just have the basic notes and the basic click track, so it was very nice. And then especially when you hear the completed song, it's like, oh, you know, something like
Something
that.
amazing come out.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So give us a number of
Absolutely.
A.R. Rahman which you've sung.
There's a song of Pukar.
These days, as soon as one hears, a devotional number, especially sung by you, I don't know what it is, but your face is immediately connected to the song. And your face just comes. How is it that you've been, such a famous face on all the covers?
I would definitely say this is thanks to Gulshan Kumarji.
Okay.
Because I remember the time that he used to insist that all these songs should be picturized on me, and I was extremely embarrassed because I didn't come from that background, and I believed that time that I was a playback singer and I should be behind the screen. And he used to just keep on insisting that this time is going to come after 15 years, and you must do all these, you must picturize. And see, today it's only visuals more than the audio.
You're right.
It's if you go to the market and you ask for some devotional numbers, they will give you a VCD. They don't have the audio.
You're right.
So he was so right. And God has been so kind that he has given me the privilege of being associated with all the temples in India. That's how we used to go and picturize all these in different temples. So that is something that has stayed back in the minds of so many people.
How important do you think is education in a woman's life? And why is it important that a woman should dream on and not give up? Because you have really crossed a long journey in your own life. You've experienced various phases in your life as a woman, as you've experienced womanhood, let's say. So in this journey of yours, what can you share with us, especially regarding education in a woman's life, how important it is, and as a woman gradually develops, like let's say from a little girl as she grows into a teenage, and how she pursues her interests, and maybe an insight into your family or an inspirer of yours, who really made you realize, okay, I do have this quality, like you said about your mother. So maybe there was someone behind, that.
Absolutely.
Yes, if you could hear that from you.
Yes, I am all for education, all for women's education. I think it's extremely necessary for a woman to be very, very well educated, so that she can guide her children better. That's first and foremost. And she may not, I wouldn't say she would always be required to do a job or something like that, but the fact that she's very well educated, I feel that gives a very healthy way of bringing up a family.
Okay.
And of course, if she's trained for a certain jobs, I mean, it's very difficult to say, that it's applicable to all the ladies. It may not be applicable to all of them. Probably, then some houses, the lady, it would be wiser for her to be at home and then, to bring up the children, because
Be more of a homemaker.
yes, because very often we see nowadays that, in nuclear families and things like that, the children suffer a lot.
You're right.
Yes. It's okay if, like in my case, I was very, very lucky to have my in-laws with me. So when I was traveling, the children were taken care of, which is a big, big boon, I would say.
So grandparents play a very important
Oh,
role.
absolutely. I'm all for grandparents.
Okay. So in this long journey of yours, apart from your mother, your own mother, who really felt that you have this talent of really singing, and she
Yes.
really wanted you to sing, was there any other person?
Oh yes,
behind
oh
your
yes.
success?
I would say my father-in-law, very strangely.
alright.
And he was a great lover of music, and he was extremely proud of me. And even more than I wanted to sing, it was he who wanted that I should sing.
Alright.
So it's very rare actually, but he was very, very keen to see me as a playback singer. and of course my mother-in-law. And my father-in-law used to insist, and he used to really be behind my husband, because Arunji was a great musician, very respected, and he used to play with Lataji and Ashaji and Mukeshji, all these stalwarts. And he was very strict, and he said music is, I mean, singing is not for everybody. Just everybody can't just get up and stand in front of a mic. He has to put in a lot of effort, and only when he has reached a certain standard, then it's okay. But my father-in-law used to be constantly behind him. You make us sing some songs. But I would definitely in this case say it was destiny, because I started singing with a lot of music directors. Of course, I did quite a number of songs with my husband also a little later. But previously, I did the songs that I did for him were the Marathi Bhavgeet and maybe a couple of film songs. But later on, I did quite a number of film songs with him.
So, Anuradha ji, you're also a recipient of the National Award for a Marathi film. Which
For
one is
Karat
that?
Nakarat.
Okay, so in that, like, how many songs have you sung in that?
Just one song again, that was a duet, and then I was very fortunate to be given the Mahila Shiromani Award and the Best Citizens Award at the hands of Rajiv Gandhi, who was the then Prime Minister.
Really awesome. Really awesome to know that we have women in India, who have just outshined everyone and been there. And I think today, people like you, Anuradha ji, are really inspirers, especially for the younger generation, who look forward, who have a craving for singing. Even I do. So I think when I'm listening to you, I have got something happening inside me, a musical thing giving birth inside, I think. Anyway, Anuradha ji, apart from that, apart from your singing and all these things, of course, you're a very religiously inclined lady also, very spiritual in whatever you are, and that in fact shows on your face. You have a well-being of being very spiritual around you. An aura is there. So Anuradha ji, apart from these various things, of course, you've away from playback singing for quite some time now. But apart from that, you have also been doing a lot of live concerts.
Yes.
So can you give us a highlight into that?
Yes, I have performed in most of the countries, like the US and UK, Germany, Fiji, West Indies, Dubai, the eastern countries also. And I started my concerts right from the beginning. I used to sing with Kishorda in his concerts. Recently now I've started doing a lot of bhajan concerts. And I think today more than film songs, a lot of people are doing a lot of live concerts all over India, all over the world.
I guess that's because nowadays people want to actually see the person.
Oh, absolutely.
Who was
that is something which is unmatched. There was a time when live performances were negligible. When the TV came in a very big way. But nowadays you see that people enjoy going to live concerts also.
Your vision that you have in life for the near future about your daughter, she's also a very prominent singer.
Kavita has started doing a lot of programs. She's also into live concerts. She's actually very good at education also, because she's done her masters in telecommunications from US, and now she's settled down in India, and
she's married,
happily married with two brats, I would say.
So children. How do you feel now being a granny yourself?
Oh, it's a lovely experience. Absolutely phenomenal.
What are their names? Your grandchildren?
My granddaughter is Pallavi, and my grandson is Akshay.
How old are they?
Pallavi is 4 years and Akshay is just turned 1.
That's
great. It's a lovely age. And they're very naughty.
Okay.
But it's a beautiful experience.
So, Anuradha ji, any other hobbies, interests, anything which interests you or calms you down after a stressful day?
Absolutely. Very strangely, it's music again which calms me down.
Okay.
I'm more comfortable with these instrumentals or soft numbers. And then when I'm not working, most of the time I'm at home. I'm not much of the party type of a person. So I love doing a lot of things at home. Like I love baking and trying out new things. and reading, of course. Then I love traveling.
So Anuradha ji, tell us something more about your own life now. Let the viewers know what a woman of substance you are. Behind that lady who's just singing, as a mother, as a daughter, as someone's daughter-in-law, share with your viewers what are these different roles a woman plays and the different experiences that a woman actually has through this.
Yeah.
This because a woman actually journeys through life,
Yes, of course.
playing different roles.
And I think it's the woman who goes through a lot of different phases in life.
Yes.
And I feel that whatever a lady is in her profession, it's her life which really reflects through the profession, the different experiences that she has had in life. And not only the different experiences, I would say it's more of how she has dealt with the experiences that portrays, and in my case I would say through music.
Okay.
And you will see that maybe a same song given to 5 different singers, they may each may have different expressions, because everybody's way of looking at a situation is very different. If something unpleasant has happened in someone's life, one may say, I have gone through this, I will never let it happen to my children. Another one may say, okay, if I have suffered this, let me do it to somebody else.
Yeah.
So it's basically a different way of how you take the situation. Very often, there was this women's liberation thing going on in a very big way. But I think basically there is a very thin line, in the word liberation. I would say women's lib means not being suppressed.
Yes.
That is women's lib. Liberation basically means, not being suppressed.
So, Anuradha ji, this I think if you could give as a message to all those millions of viewers who are watching you live today, I'm sure they would want to hear a message from you, from the lady herself, as a woman, as maybe as a message to even to the young aspirers who want to become singers or maybe enter into the industry or any other field. You as a, let's say, as a celebrity, as a person, as a woman achiever of today, maybe they would understand you better as you give them a message, as to how they should live their life.
As a way of message, I would definitely say that it takes a lot more integrity to sacrifice and to go through a lot of things in life. Taking wrong things does not necessarily mean, you just wait for a certain time and then make the other person understand. Or, there are ways of tackling it. And I would definitely repeat this, that it takes a lot of integrity. जिसे बर्दाश्त हम कहते हैं, तो ये बर्दाश्त करने के लिए you need a lot of strength, but definitely you emerge a winner.
We are so proud that we
Thank
have
you.
a woman achiever like you.
Thank
with
you,
us.
Aarti.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Anuradha
I'm
ji.
honored. Thank you very much.
And on that note, viewers, we come to the end of our program today. Till then, keep watching, keep waiting. Bye.